Let's discuss in more details the scope of a project. We'll start as always with a short definition. By scope, we mean actually the description of what the project delivers, what is the goal, and what are the deliverables. And you can also say that this is the document that enables the shareholders to agree what actually should be done within the project and what should not be. It also will help them and also the project manager define whether the project was successfully completed or not. Just as a reminder, previously we said that scope is one of the 3 dimensions that are crucial for the project. You can say that the scope defines not only the goal that you want to achieve, but also the road and everything you have to do on your way towards the goal. In other words, this is the guidelines that you will use to see whether you're going into the right directions. The scope is created by, first of all, listing all the things that have to be done for the project to be successful. And here we list everything that is related to the project. And then we have to define which things, which tasks have to be performed within this project. So quite often not everything which we need for the success of the project will be done as a part of this project. Some things may be done by other projects or simply may be delivered by a business unit that is already taking care of that. In other words, all the things that are related to the project will be divided into 2 groups, things that are within the scope, in this case the red squares, and things which are outside the scope, out of scope, in other words the blue squares. Quite often you will experience the so-called scope creep. So as you are doing the project, more and more things are being added to the scope. And you have to be very careful to avoid such situation, because usually those things will first of all mean that the cost should be going up, and also it may cause the project to be delayed. Now let's have a look at what kind of things will be in the scope. So first of all, in the scope, you obviously define the goal of the project, but also deliverables. In other words, you describe the products that the project should deliver. Quite often you will find there also milestones that we'll discuss later on, and KPIs that we will use to judge whether the project is successful or not. And some projects, for example, maintenance of aircraft, you also have specific tasks as a part of the scope. I would also strongly recommend to put what is not in the scope explicitly. This helps to discuss not only with the team, but also with the people who ask you to deliver the project. In the document describing the scope, you should also put things which are linked to the scope. So first of all, what is the budget linked to the scope? So what we need actually to deliver the scope agreed with the person who asked us to do the project. Deadline would be also a good idea, potential issue and risks. And finally, you can also name resources that you need people involved in the project.